Hey folks, thank you for watching the Archetype of Man channel. I'm Nick, and if you clicked on this video, I'm assuming you're here because, well, you want to take steps to add another layer of preparedness and protection for you or your family. The folks at Mira Safety were nice enough to send these products out to me. I did not pay for them, so that's where we are with them. But I am no stranger to Mira products. I have used them before in the past. Obviously, I'm still here. Now, granted, I wasn't in anything super nasty that could have killed me, but I was in some stuff that would have been very unpleasant. So let's talk about, number one, what they sent me, and number two, why you might want one as well. Now, this particular mask is a cool one, and I actually had my pick of which one they were going to send me, and this is the one I decided on, and I'll tell you why. So, number one, if you're in a contaminated environment, there are several things we take for granted that you might not be able to do, wearing a gas mask, protective mask, whatever. Drinking is one of them. The CM-6M comes with a canteen and has an attachment on the mask itself that will allow you to drink in a contaminated environment. Number two, see this big wide open face shield that allows me to see a bunch of stuff going on? It's another reason I like this one. Number three, this actually has a diaphragm, and we're going to let you guys test this out, that makes speaking a little bit easier. Obviously your hearing's not really impeded with the mounting style on this, but the speaking can be a challenge using mask. If any of you guys went through the CBRN training in the military, then you understand all too well. So let's go ahead and put this on, and I'll show you how well you can still hear me. So to don this thing, it's pretty simple, straightforward. The way I like to do it, and you guys may have your own way if you're a pro at doing this, I like to loosen my straps. You have 6 points on here, and then I just kind of flip it over like so, hold it firmly, and then just go diagonally. So I'll start here, cinch that one down, cinch that one down, move up one, cinch that one. Just want to stagger it, kind of like doing lug nuts on your car, right? You don't just go straight around. And you cinch it up until you no longer have to hold it to get a seal. So after that, I'm judging by the audio meter on the camera, you guys can still hear me. You're going to want to test to make sure you have a good seal. If you have facial hair like I do, you're really going to have to figure it out. Sometimes they'll still work if you have facial hair. Other times you're going to need to shave in order for that to work. So find your unscrewed outlet wherever your canister is going to be and try to breathe in. If you don't get anything, no change, it doesn't suck onto your face harder, you don't have a good seal. So from here, you have your drinking straw. Side is that on? It's on this side. So your little hose can come down, go into your canteen, and you can actually drink water and unhook it and whatnot. So there you go. And if you have a sterile way to fill this up afterwards, you can refill it. Eating is going to be a challenge, but try to get out of whatever environment you're in while you're eating. As far as canisters go for this one uses a pretty standard, I think it's a 40 millimeter NATO thread mount. Yeah, 40 by 1/7. This one's still sealed. I have something cool coming up where I'll show you guys. We're going to test it using some stuff that you really don't want to breathe in and get on your face. Not going to do that today because I need some help with that one, but pretty cool. Now to take the mask off, you can loosen the straps depending on how your face is, how you've got it configured. You also can flip it up just like that. So what I like to do is once I get the mask off, I go ahead and loosen those straps back up because of the way that I like to put a mask on. Again, find what works for you guys. This is it's one of those no wrong answers as long as you're getting a good seal and getting protected from whatever's around you. Speaking of protection, let's talk about some of the stuff that this can help you defend against. So this is the little flyer they sent with this canister. This is the NBC 77 SOF filter canister. The mask itself, as long as you're getting a good seal and it's made with quality components and things like that, the mask itself just creates the barrier. The actual filtration is going to be the filter, and that's what's going to actually keep stuff from getting in your body, on your face, things like that. So this one can do organic gases and vapors, inorganic gases and vapors, acid gases and vapors, ammonia and amines, mercury vapors, radioactive iodine. Breathing resistance really isn't bad. Like I said, I don't want to waste this one today. Once you open them, that's it. Normally they don't recommend using them for more than 12 hours. So this is kind of, I wouldn't say where your biggest expense would be, because if you're going through these all the time and it's not related to your occupation, you'll probably change some habits. They're good once they're sealed, like they're still in that sealed right there. This is good until 2043. So you could buy a bunch of these and have them tucked back. They do recommend that you store them no lower than -5 Celsius and somewhere around 30 degrees Celsius and less than 80% humidity. So indoors, for most of us, that would be pretty good, unless a situation arose in which your air con and stuff like that was not working. Then you might be pulling these out anyway. So a used filter cannot be regenerated in any way. Maximum usage time against mercury vapors is 50 hours. Filter is used against dangerous microorganisms and highly toxic substances. It may be used only once. So good rule of thumb, once you open it, use it, and once it's done, don't try to reuse it, because things can seep through. You can get stuff past the barriers. For God's sakes, don't try to blow it out and reuse it, or wash it and reuse it, because all you're going to do is move those contaminants, and depending on what the contaminants are, they could be pretty bad, and you definitely don't want them on the other side of the barrier. So here we go. This is what you wanted to know, right? What does that protect against? Well, pepper spray, smoke-producing substances, radioactive particles, bacteria, fungi, toxins, viruses, riot control agents, blister agents, choking agents, blood agents, nerve agents, incapacitants, herbicides, pesticides, organic compounds of arsenic, diphenyl, dichloroauracine. I'm not a chemistry major, but that sounds pretty bad. Mustard gas, Q mustard gas, nitrogen mustard gas, lewisite, mixed mustard gas, phosgene, diphosgene, hydrogen cyanide, bad stuff. Industrial chemicals, fumes, organic or inorganic acids, and so on and so forth. Now, as much as I don't align with them philosophically, morally, whatever, you did see a lot of these. I'm not saying they were Mira, but this sort of device being used at riots and stuff to kind of negate the police response, right, with tear gas and things like that. There's a reason. They work. If you listen to that list of stuff and you're like, well, what the hell do I need one of those for? You might find yourself, by no fault of your own, just happenstance, in the middle of something like one of those protests. Or God forbid, if you live near one of those situations that could develop in a major metropolitan area, not everybody can just pack up and move. And I recognize that. And although my advice would be to get out of urban centers, I realize that there's a myriad of reasons why people may stay there. Something like this could help you if you find yourself having to navigate through there, or even if something did break bad and you needed to get you and your family out of there. This can keep you driving maybe, or even walking, guiding your family. They have different sizes, they have different models. They have some for kids, and I know that's not something that any of us want to think about or talk about. I was thinking long and hard about how to make this video because this is something I believe in. This is something I think is a good thing to have if you're into the preparedness mindset. But I wanted to figure out how to make this video without scaring or coming across as even attempting to use fear to try to get you to get these. I don't work for Mira. There will be an affiliate link if you choose to order this. But I am telling you this stuff because if you were already in the mindset of preparedness, this might be worth a look. At least assess whether or not you feel like it fits into your preparedness plan. For me, I think it does. I think that given the fact that it is relatively easy for people to make some of the things that were on that list or acquire other things like tear gas grenades, OC spray, stuff like that, I think it makes sense to have that, at least for the adults in your household. without going too far down the alpha male, red pill, whatever kind of label people are putting on it, as men especially, we're supposed to be protectors of our families, of our households. I don't want to lose the ability to fill that role because of a tear gas grenade. I'd like to be able to focus on whatever's going on, and that's that. Like I said, there's a myriad of reasons to look into these. Now, aside from an actual attack and stuff like that, with any sort of tear gas or biological, chemical, you guys heard the list. Aside from that, if you are involved in things that for your job, for your occupation, that are harmful, I think Mira is worth a look. Mira is not a fly-by-night company. They're not newcomers to the scene. They've been doing this for a very long time. And they actually have some military contracts as well to back that up. When I received training on the civilian side for hazmat and things like that, part of what I had to get training on was masks. Would you know that the label on the side of that mask said Mira? They trusted them well enough for a major corporation that I worked for at the time to give them to their guys that were going in hazardous spaces. They worked when we were doing our test fit with a tear gas canister. The visor, the see-through portion, is actually a polycarbonate, so it will be pretty tough. It can get scratched, so I would recommend having it in some sort of protective case if you're going to carry this with you. And as far as carrying it with you, it's pretty small. Now, granted, the filter is not on there. You'd have to screw that on, but you're not going to have the filter attached to this anyway in just day-to-day life. But it is pretty robust. You got a good field of view. You can use it with a firearm. Perhaps I need to show you that. Handguns, pretty self-explanatory. That's not going to be a problem. This is just basic AR. It is clear, but you can easily enough get on it, and you're going to have to can it to get to your dot. At least in my experience, you're not going to be able to use it straight up because it is going to hit here. But you can can it. I can still use my red dot. And there you go. There's also other options. If that doesn't work for you or is too uncomfortable, you could go to a visible laser system. There are other models of masks that you can check out that might work better for that particular application. This works fine for me for this. So, do you need a gas mask? Can't answer that for you. Not going to pretend like I can. If you do decide that you need one, though, Mira is who I'd go with as far as what's available on the civilian market. For those of us not wearing a badge or U.S. military, I think Mira is one of the best, if not the best option to go with. I'm not just saying that because they sent it to me. Not just saying that because I'm an affiliate, and if you use my link, I'll get some financial reward for that. I'm saying it because I mean it. Now, I know some of you may think, well, that's overboard. Doesn't apply to me. I'm not going to do that. You know, if things are that bad, I'm probably going to go out anyway. Maybe. I hope not, for your sake. And that's fine. If that's not something you feel like you need for your family, then I envy you slightly. But I think that they're an excellent product. They do have a 5-year warranty if they're kept in their original packaging. They also say the mask will be good for 20 years if stored correctly and in their original packaging. Obviously, this one's not in its original packaging because I was going to get it out and demo for you guys. For people with a latex allergy, the mask itself, the face piece, is made of harmless rubber with high resistance to TIC CWA penetration. The inner mask is made from a special hypoallergenic compound that ensures tightness and avoids exhaled air contact with the visor to prevent fogging. That's another thing. I have used some masks before that were bad about fogging. Haven't had that problem with Mira, and I don't know what they do. I don't know if it's just the exhalation valve or if there's more to it than that, and there's chemistry involved with the materials, but it just has not fogged. The kids think it's the coolest thing ever, so not just what I've been doing on video, but I've been going around the house and messing with them. They were all very interested. One downside to some of this protective gear is that if you wear eyeglasses, which I do, fortunately I don't need them to do stuff like this or for most of my stuff, but I do wear them for reading and working on the computer. If you wear eyeglasses, though, they have special spectacle kits that'll work with that because you're not going to get a good seal with this, so it actually mounts on the inside. Mira can hook you up with that. That'll be on their website. There are all sorts of filters that you can put on these. Aside from just the chemical CBRN stuff, there is a filter that goes on that is designed to help filter out particulates from smoke. So we've talked before about fire response plans for your home and fire safety stuff, plans in the event of a fire. They do have a canister that can go on here that obviously is not going to generate oxygen, but it can filter out a lot of the volatile compounds that are coming from what is typically encounter in a house fire. So that could buy you a little extra time and result in decreased harm once you get out of there. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, just because you escape a house fire, breathing in the smoke from things that are on fire in a house can have long-lasting effects that they don't normally talk about, and maybe they do in your circles, but you see that people survive the fire. They don't really talk about some of the issues that can arise in the days, weeks, months, and years after that fire from breathing in the burning plastics, the carpeting, the furniture, and stuff like that. That smoke is not just campfire smoke. It's really bad for you. So they do have canisters that can go on the mask that are specifically built for that. Mira does have a 24-month warranty once the mask is out of its original packaging. So at a minimum, you're good for 2 years, even if you've had to use it. If you keep it in its original sealed package, they have a 5-year warranty, and storage life of mask in their original package stored under the conditions they outline in the manual is 20 years. Not too shabby. You can get the same kind of shelf life out of the cartridges as well, so I think that's really cool. Something to be aware of when you are storing your mask and things like that. Keep them out of direct sunlight. UV degrades a lot of materials, and these are not exempt from that. So take care of it. Treat it like the piece of potentially life-saving kit that it's designed to be. Don't want to abuse something that you could be counting on to save your life one day. I'll close by saying there will be links down in the description if you would like to do some shopping and more research on this. They are affiliate links, so it does help the channel and me out if you use those links. I try to say that in full disclosure. I was very excited when Mira reached out to me because it was already a product that I believed in and had used. So I do want to thank them for sending this stuff out. Like I said, stay tuned though, because you are going to see well, not super high risk because I won't die, but a video where we do put this to the test with some different things. It'd be very unpleasant if this didn't work, but I'm willing to bet it will. Also want to say, if you guys like this hoodie, if you love it, lube it. This is from the folks over at Freedom Line Products. They are cool folks. They are the same people that make the Better When Wetter shirt you guys have seen me wearing. And there's another shirt I got from them at the Iraq Vet 8888 range day that you will probably see in upcoming videos. They're cool folks. The actual lube itself that they sell is good stuff. I've got some in my range bag. I like it. I had a demo bottle that they gave me at, I think, the last IV 88 range day, and it was fantastic. They're not sponsoring this video. I'm not paid to tell you this, but it is a good gun lubricant. I've also used it on a couple other things that needed some stuff. Not what you're thinking. I don't think they recommend it for that purpose. And if you do that and your significant other gets mad at you, that's not my fault. So, but it is good lube. It works great. I've bought, I think, 2 more things of it since then. I keep one on standby, and then I have the small demo bottle they gave out that I keep in the bag with the needle tip applicator. I do not go to the range without it. It's good stuff. So check them out if you'd like. All right, guys, stay safe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Is a gas mask a good investment for the average civilian to own in their preparation kind of lineup or not? And your reasoning behind it. Don't leave out the reasoning behind it part. All right, I'll see y'all around.